last 17 years. God has helped us to transform Kyrgyzstan. Uzbekistan, Siberia, Kiev, all Ukraine, Russia, St. Petersburg. Until finally, I've been saying to God lately, stop. Like, I can't handle all of these opportunities. And I had a vision on the last trip I was going to go over. That was in 1992. That was my last trip. And I decided that it wasn't for me. I wasn't a missionary, and I wasn't going to go back anymore. I was over my head. I'll tell you an incident. The second annual Pentecostal convention for the whole Soviet Union got together. 1,200 of the most hardened, persecuted believers in the world. And they invited me to come and preach. No, to come and bring greetings. No one told the leaders or anything. I just showed up. But the guy that was taking me was the assistant superintendent. And I saw all these people, and I mean, I near wet my pants. I never saw so many people. And so he said, he got up and he said, we're honored today to have Canada's official representative at our conference. Well, I sure wasn't Canada's representative. I wasn't anybody's representative. And I kept thinking to myself, I hope the real guy is out, maybe gone to the bathroom or something, because if he comes in and I'm taking his spot, he's going to kill me. And so I went up, and I don't know what I said. It must have been good because half the crowd wanted me to come to their church. And fortunately, the assistant superintendent said, we got to go right away. And I didn't care where, as long as it wasn't there. And so we drove for 8 hours in the back of a Lada. And a Lada isn't a lot of cars, especially the back seat on Soviet roads. And we went to and casually, as we're traveling, he turns to me and he says, would you like to know where we're going? And his daughter was translating for him. I said, it'd be nice. Well, we're going to the largest crusade in the Soviet Union. There's going to be 10 to 20,000, all the demon-possessed, all the blind, all the deaf are going to be there expecting a miracle. I said, sounds great. Who's preaching? And they said, you know, we always get some American big shot preacher, but this year, we never got around to it, and we're so glad, because now we got you. I said, sir, I haven't even seen that many people in one place. And it was pouring down rain. I'm regurgitating a little bit from the past, but for those that don't know, it's new. Anyway, so we got there, and it was torrential rain, and it was an outdoor meeting. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but I guess there's not going to be a meeting. And he said, the bishop said, what are you talking about? We pray for rain. I said, say what? He said, well, the communists and the KGB and the secret police come and shoot guns off and chase us all away. But they don't like rain. We love rain. So we've been praying for rain for weeks. And have you ever said something that you wish you had never said? And it gets to about here and you want to grab it and pull it back in your mouth. And you know what I said? I said, well, if I'm preaching, it's not going to rain. And they went like this. You can do that too. And
got the right person.
I didn't know what to do. So I sat down and began to pray. And this had to be all God or I was dead. And all of a sudden, the Spirit of God descended upon me and said, heaven's champions. And it sure won't be. It was not. The rain stopped. The sun came out as bright as you can imagine. The umbrellas they were using for the rain, they were using for the hot sun. And I said to the translator, we're preaching right now. She said, but they're singing. I don't care. I figured if I got a word, I got to get it out before I forget it. So I got up there, I shoved everybody off the platform, or away from the mic, and I preached about heaven's champion. And I said, we're living in a day and age when heaven's champion has descended upon our planet, and he is going to make all things new, especially in these lands. And I could have added on one hand, in 15 years of ministry, the number of times I cast out a demon. And somebody kept count that night. And we're not talking, you know, I got a pain in my nose, so I got a demon. I'm talking about writhing on the floor. 18 people were delivered of demons that night. And all I did was tell them to leave. It's amazing what God can do if you be open. And I mean, remember, I'm coming from a church of now maybe 20 people. And God thrust me on this incredible scene. And I'm not ready for it. And this one lady came the next day. And they said to me, we made a mistake. We started too late today. We're going to start early tomorrow, like at 11. We didn't start till 6 or 7. We want to go all day tomorrow, so you have more time to pray for people. I almost died that night after this. I mean, I'd never been so tired in my life. You try praying for people after you preach for like 4 hours in the mud. Oh, by the way, as soon as I stopped preaching, guess what happened? The rain. I should have told God till I leave that day, but slip of the tongue. And the next day, someone points at this lady, big lady, and said, that lady is a witch. And she is the head of the biggest coven in southern Ukraine. And she's only here to destroy what you're trying to do. And all of a sudden, as soon as he said it, she fell on the floor and began to writhe. So I preached, and I'm thinking I'm going to be praying again for all these people for hours. And they said, no, we have others for that. You want to really help us? Cast a demon out of that lady. Well, as it turned out, there was more than one demon. There was multiple demons. And it took hours. I'd cast out 10 demons and 10 more would pop up. I don't know what you... I didn't and I don't have a theology about demons. All I know is if I'm confronted with one, I chase them out. I mean, let somebody else theologize it, but I just do it. And we went into this back room, which happened to be the church.